Good evening and welcome to the 20th World Congress Assateague Award ceremony. It's such a pleasure to be with you all this evening. And because it's such a special occasion, I've lit my candles, I have my glass of wine ready to celebrate these extraordinary individuals who we'll be talking about and honoring this evening. We have always had the Assateague Award for Artistic Excellence, the Honorary President's Award as it used to be called. And it's been a centerpiece to really speak to those artists who are moving ahead, who are creating visionary work, who are making great strides in the field of theatre for young audiences. But over the last years, we've also included a number of additional awards. And so tonight we will not just be giving the Award for Artistic Excellence, but also the Assateague Applause for Lifetime Achievement Award, an award which allows us to speak to those people who have really given their lives to the field and who have committed their work over their entire life history to advocating for, creating for, and supporting the community of theatre for young audience practitioners. Then we are also delighted to have two network awards. The Right Local Play Global Inspirational Playwrights Award, which we were able to award last Congress in Cape Town for the first time. And tonight, for the very first time, the Geesche Waterman Award for Research for Young Scholars. This is a really important award for us because it honors someone who was a pioneer in terms of theatre for young audiences research. And it also speaks to the importance of research within our work because it is such a vital advocacy tool for us to be able to use. So I look forward to celebrating with all the award winners. Here's to all of them, congratulations, and enjoy the awards with us. Cheers.
Hello and welcome to the Assateague Award ceremony. こんばんは。ようこそ Assateague Award ceremony へ。I'm your host Kenjiro Otani. At every Congress, Assateague celebrates the outstanding achievement and contributions of its members with different honors. These honors are nominated by each national center, as well as the professional networks of Assateague. The samurai, Shoin Yoshida, who was also the great philosopher, said, "No ideal for those who don't dream. No plan for those who don't have an ideal. No execution for those who don't plan. No achievement for those who don't execute. Therefore, there is no achievement for those who don't have a dream." So, now please let us recognize those who have achieved dreams and devoted themselves for performing arts for children and young people. Thank you from Japan.
Hello, my name is Manon van de Wadder. I'm an Assateague Executive Committee board member and chair of ITYARN, the International Theatre for Young Audiences Research Network. And it is my honor to hand out the first Geesche Waterman Emerging Scholar Award. The award is named after one of the founders and past chair of ITYARN, whose untimely death of cancer in 2019 was a severe loss for many of us and is felt to this day. Geesche was not only an outstanding researcher, but she also cared deeply about her students and young professionals in the field. This award is an honorary award. The awardee has been offered a presentation at the ITYARN conference, which happened on the 22nd and 23rd of this month, and will be offered a board position on the ITYARN board. The nominees for the award were Georgi Widowski, a PhD student at the University of Dublin. His research area is an exploration of the creative approaches to stage adaptations in the field of theatre for young audiences, working from a selected novel that deals with trauma for young adults. Karen Palmer, a PhD at Victoria University of Wellington, New Zealand, and Dr. Palmer graduated in January of this year. Her dissertation project investigates theatre with and for young people, TYA, in New Zealand. Heidi Schoenenberger, PhD candidate at National University of Ireland in Galway. Heidi's research looks at theatre for young audiences as a springboard for post-performance drama sessions with primary school students. Cristiane Meneses Munoz. She's pursuing her PhD at the Rio de Janeiro State Federal University, and her research focuses on game and performing in clowning for autistic children. She's the Brazilian lead champion for the ASITES International Inclusive Arts Network, IAN. And Sandra Green from the University of Gothenburg. She graduated in 2020 and is now Dr. Green, and her dissertation focused on dominant discourses in Bacchus Theatre's production. And an article of one of these productions that she discusses, you can read on the ASITES website, and it is published in the latest ITYARN book. And then the winner of the first Guysje Wartemans Emerging Scholar Award is Dr. Claire Mason, who finished up her dissertation in January 2021 at the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Claire's research focused on alternative dramaturgies in contemporary Western European theatre for young audiences, and it explores the ways in which contemporary Western European alternative dramaturgies operate through methods of reception, which treat their spectators as equal creators of a joint text, recognizing and operating within the ideological framework of young people as experts of their own life experiences. Claire has been participating in ITYARN conferences since 2017 and was the next generation candidate for the ASITES Artistic Encounter in China in 2018. She helped run the ITYARN conferences in Cape Town and Kristiansand in 2017 and 2019, respectively. And serendipitously, Claire's dissertation draws, among other scholars, on Guysje Wartemans' research, which she presented at the ITYARN panel on March 23rd and which is still available for viewing online. Claire was selected as the first candidate of this award by the ITYARN board. And for the record, I have to note that as Claire's advisor, I recused myself on the selection process and tallying of votes from the very beginning. Claire, congratulations. I am really very proud of you, and I know that you will be an excellent addition to the ITYARN board.
Thank you so much. I want to thank everyone for this amazing award. Thank you to the fellow honorees. Your dissertations sound incredible. And especially thank you to the ITYARN board for nominating me. I am so excited to join you. It has been a dream to be part of the ITYARN board. And so I'm so excited to be part of it. And above all, I would like to thank Guysje. Her work is revolutionary, and it pains me that she is gone because it means we won't have anything new from her. And so all I can hope is that being the Guysje Wartemans Award winner will help perhaps continue her legacy, because she truly changed our field. And I know that my dissertation couldn't exist without her work, and what she has done for Theatre for Young Audiences as a scholar and as a practitioner will be felt for decades to come. And so I am humbly and gratefully honored, and thank you all so much. Thank you.
I'm Kim Peter Kovac with Right Local Play Global, helping introduce the 2020 ASITES Inspirational Playwrights. These awards, first presented in 2017, honor writers who have been inspirational to students, peers, and colleagues in their cities, countries, regions, and all over the world. We received nominations for 13 writers from 12 countries, writing in 11 languages. This year's assessment panel of 8 artists from 7 countries highlighted 2 critical attributes: artistic empathy and mentorship. In our increasingly fractured world, the role of theater as a greenhouse for empathy is more critical than ever. All 3 finalists write from a deeply personal yet universal space, creating theatrical worlds where young people can see and connect with people who look and sound just like them. Each of our selected playwrights provides guidance and support to younger writers, a capacious generosity which informs their own writing as well. And now, the WLPG leadership team, Karine Serre, Deirdre Kelly Lavrakis, and Jenny Ann Cabrera will present the individual finalists, alphabetically by playwright's last name.
Bonjour, my name is Karine Serre and I'm a French playwright. On behalf of Write Local, Play Global, it's my pleasure and honor to present an Inspirational Playwrights Award to Maria Ines Falconi. Opening the field for playwrights in Argentina and beyond to tackle sensitive subjects, the inspiration she provides us includes the courage not to look away while writing, choosing to address contemporary topics closely related to children's and teenagers' everyday life in a highly poetic and empathetic way, the generosity towards fellow playwrights, giving voice especially to Spanish language writers, to new writing, to writing for teenagers, creating structures to help TYA people in the long term, and the commitment for transmission, never afraid to speak her mind. Thank you for inspiring us, Maria Ines Falconi.
Thank you, ACITEJ. Thank you, Write Local, Play Global. Thank you, colleagues and friends, for this award. It's, of course, a very important award for me, and I'm very proud and happy to receive it, because it's not only because my players can be good or not, it's especially because my work helped other artists in the region, and that's very, very important. Here, my compromise to go on working in this same way, and I hope that this award enlightens a bit more playwriting in Spanish language. Thank you, everybody.
Ohio gozaimasu. I'm Deirdre Kelly Lavrakis, Artistic Director of New Visions, New Voices in Washington, D.C. I'm honored to present inspirational playwright Ompile Malusi. When I first met him in 2010, I thought, oh, what a force to be reckoned with. Ompile's brave playwriting has contributed immensely to the canon of contemporary South African work. His plays combine a visceral sense of rhythm and playfulness with a keen understanding of the world experienced by young people. Ompile weaves myth, history, storytelling into seamless theatrical forms. His generosity as a teacher and mentor has and will continue to inspire generations of playwrights in South Africa and beyond. Thank you, Ompile, for your outstanding gifts to us.
A million thank you and more to Write Local, Play Global, ACITEJ, all the panel members who were involved in it. I mean, I know the intense process that you went through to acknowledge the work that we do. Thank you very much. A big thank you also to everybody who's been involved in my work, in my life, who's inspired and shaped the work that I do. My family mostly, my wife, my children. Thank you very much. And everybody who has taught me, my grandmother who raised me fed me stories for a living almost every day, and that's where I realized the power that story has, how much story can give voice to the voiceless or challenge status quo or provide perspective. And I think from that moment on, from that time on, that's what I've always wanted to do, to contribute the little that I have, the little that I know, to give to the community and now to the global community. I see. Thank you very much. Let's keep the fire burning and keep telling stories to young people and children. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jenny Ann Copera, and I'm the Artistic Director of Spinning Dot Theater here in the US. On behalf of Write Local, Play Global, it is my honor to present an Inspirational Playwrights Award to Susan Zeder. To speak to Susan is to feel the light and passion that she has for this field. As a playwright, she continues to engage audiences with characters facing real issues. For as she says, in order for there to be light, there needs to be darkness. As a mentor, she gives the gift of time. I have seen it and I have felt it, to fuel her students on this journey so that their voices and their vantage points are honored. And as a generous peer, she encourages an atmosphere of wonder and bravery so that we all dare more in our art and on our creative journeys. A treasured quote from Susan: "I write because I cannot fly, but words can, and where they land, worlds appear. Characters move and breathe, and audiences come together in the alchemy of the moment." Thank you for inspiring us, Susan. Your words and your worlds help so many of us to fly farther than we ever dared dream possible. Thank you.
Greetings from Santa Fe, New Mexico. I am honored and humbled to have been selected as one of 3 inspirational playwrights. I looked up the word inspiration, and I found that it comes from the Latin inspirare or inspiratu, which means to breathe spirit into life. So here are 3 breaths to express my gratitude. 1, to ASSITEJ International. In 1972, when I was 18, I attended the World Congress in Albany and Montreal, and it changed my life and launched me on my creative journey for the next 49 years. 2, to Write Local, Play Global, and to Kim Peter Kovac and Deirdre Lavrakis for valuing artistic empathy and mentorship. And 3, to Gabriel Jason Dean for his beautiful nomination letter. There is no greater joy for a teacher than to see your own hopes and dreams made manifest in those who come after you. And so, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for this award.
More information and photos of the finalists and all the nominees will be posted on the Write Local Play Global website, www.writelocalplayglobal.org. Gratitude to every playwright working for young audiences, and today especially Maria Ines, Ompile, and Susan for inspiring us all.
Hi everybody, I am here to present the ASSITEJ Applause for Lifetime Achievement Awards 2020. The jury members were Yvette Hardy, Manon van der Water, Bebê de Soares, Roberto Frabetti, Stefan Fischer-Fels. This award recognizes those who have played a distinctive and inspiring role in the world of TYA, whether as artist, designer, producer, technician, administrator, teacher, facilitator, mentor, for their outstanding body of work over time and for their profound and lasting contribution to theater for young audiences in their country or region. This award recognizes the long, prominent, and influential career of the person concerned and his or her particular commitment to the development of theater for young audiences. The field in this edition was extremely strong, with pioneers in TYA and exceptional artists from the countries being represented. The jury would like to acknowledge all the nominees for their extraordinary work for theater for young audiences in their own countries and beyond. The decision has been to limit the awards to 3 in each period. It seemed a pity that we were not able to give all the nominees Lifetime Achievement Awards at this time, and there was a question around whether or not we should be limiting the number of awards in the future. So the nominees are nominated by ACITEJ Mexico, Beata Hiriart, playwright, artist, creator, teacher, director, organizer, and researcher. Nominated by ACITEJ Canada, Gervais Gaudreau, co-founder and director from Le Carrousel Compagnie de Théâtre. Nominated by ACITEJ Hungary, János Novak, composer, stage director of Colibri Theatre. Nominated by ACITEJ UK, Mike Kenny, playwright. Nominated by ACITEJ Spain, Ultramarinos de Lucas, theatre company. Nominated by ACITEJ Latvia, Vija Blasma, stage director and actress at the Latvia Puppet Theatre. Nominated by ACITEJ Czech Republic, Zoya Mikotova, director, choreographer, author, lecturer, founder of the Studio of Educational Theatre for the Deaf. The ACITEJ Applause Lifetime Achievement Awards 2020 goes to Beata Hiriart. The Mexican theatrical landscape aimed at children cannot be thought of without the presence of Beata Hiriart. Since the 70s, she has been a pillar and a spearhead to generate a professional, respectful, and complex theater for young audiences. Her numerous plays and publications in the field of dramaturgy, such as essays, research on methodologies, are references charged with keen eyes and tireless exploration. She has been a pioneer in the creation of theater festivals for young audiences, such as Open Curtain, the first festival of that kind in Mexico. She has supported others, such as the International Fair of Literature, the National Meeting of Theatre Made by Children, and has collaborated with the Ministry of Culture, creating cultural programs for young audiences. At the same time, she has been a pioneer in Mexican feminism, co-founding the magazine Fem, the first with a gender focus. She has shared this mixture of interests with the next generations, the new generations of creators, emphasizing the importance of generating proposals that address complex issues such as migration, war, grief, violence of gender, as well as love, courage, and hope. Felicitaciones, Berta.
Hola desde México. Recibo el aplauso que con generosidad me ofrece ACITEJ Internacional con inmensa gratitud. Y tiendo las manos hacia mis compañeros para compartir con ellos y ellas este aliciente. No habría hecho el teatro y los libros que han llenado mi vida sin su colaboración. Lo siento aquí conmigo, igual que a los niños y las niñas con quienes he tenido el privilegio de compartir incontables momentos mágicos, como solo los tiene el teatro, vitales a más no poder. No cambiaría por nada las tareas que me han ocupado. Hacer teatro para niñas, niños y jóvenes me ha dado sentido y rumbo, aun cuando en buena parte sea un acto de resistencia, un esfuerzo contracorriente de los valores que prevalecen en la sociedad actual. El joven público recompensa todo esfuerzo, con sus silencios, exclamaciones espontáneas, risas, que nos dejan saber que hemos logrado, niños y artistas, crear una comunidad aunque fugaz, significativa en la medida en que aborda ángulos, asuntos nuestros, del ser humano. Por último, también yo quiero reconocer la labor de ACITEJ Internacional y celebrar este congreso y festival que también ha desafiado las difíciles circunstancias globales. Arigato. Muchas gracias.
The ACITEJ Applause Lifetime Achievement Awards 2020 also goes to Emily Fitzgibbon. Emily is founder since 1984 and was artistic director of the Graffiti Educational Theatre Company in Cork, Ireland. She was the founding director of the short-lived Everyman Youth Theatre, also in Cork, directed the Pan-Celtic Song Contest, and, for the Cork Theatre Company, directed 7 productions between 81 and 84 before focusing on educational theatre. Emily Fitzgibbon has been an inspirational force in Irish theatre for young audiences, identifying, encouraging, and supporting the development of countless Irish artists, playwrights, directors, and other creators. She is recognized not only within her country, but also across the English-speaking world as a driving force in TYA. She is spoken of as being a leading figure of the history of theatre for young audiences in Ireland. Congratulations, Emily.
My dear colleagues, I'm deeply honoured to accept this wonderful distinction of a Lifetime Achievement Award from ACITEJ International. ACITEJ International has been incredibly valuable to me, allowing me to engage with wonderful artists of many different nationalities, inspiring me with stimulating ideas, styles and provocations, prompting me to develop new practices, new sounds, new collaborations and investigations. In that process, I have been privileged to make work for children of all ages, from teenagers and young adults, right down to my last work, Ireland's first opera for babies. Many years ago, I wrote a dissertation on Shakespeare, and it is with Shakespeare I want to finish. In the prologue to Henry V, Shakespeare urges his audience to overlook the shortcomings of the production, the building, the cast and the props, and to come along on a theatrical journey, to be partners in the making of this theatrical event. Let us on your imaginary forces work, he says. Well, I think that is the enterprise we all work at, liberating the imaginations of our young people, inviting them in to see the world freshly in all its complexity, and encouraging in them the freedom to imagine alternative and better worlds.
The third and final ACITEJ Applause Lifetime Achievement Awards 2020 goes to János Novak. János is the founding member and executive director of Colibri Theatre for Young and Youth in Budapest since 1992. President of the Hungarian ACITEJ Center, artistic director of the ACITEJ International Children and Youth Theatre Biennial of Kapszovar since 2002. János Novak's dedication and endless energy for finding new ways and platforms to engage, educate and entertain young audiences inspired many artists both in Hungary and abroad. He has been a key figure in building a bridge between young and older generations, and artists and creators within and beyond the borders of Hungary. Congratulations, János!
Első rendezésem után felkértek, hogy a következő darabot is, amit ez a csoport tervez, én rendezzem, és ez egy gyerekdarab volt. És én ellenálltam. Azt gondoltam, hogy nekem szörnyű élményeim vannak gyerekkoromban az előadásokról, nem akarok gyerekdarabot rendezni. És akkor azt mondták, hát ne olyat rendez, amit nem szerettél, csinálj olyat, amit szerettél. És ez egy új világot nyitott meg, ez a lehetőség előttem, és már nagyon hamar eljutottam Svédországban, Németországban, és ott láttam, hogy micsoda komoly mozgalom, milyen nagyon jó, tehetséges emberek, rengeteg ötlettel szólnak ehhez a korosztályhoz, és az Assitesben rögtön egy olyan támogatást éreztem, ahol itt inspirációt kapok, tehetséges embereket ismerek meg, szeretetre méltó írókat, rendezőket, és egyszerűen a világ kinyílt előttem, mikor ebbe a körbe bekerültem, és ez a támogatás mai napig is tart. Tehát amikor színházat csinálok Budapesten, a Kolibri Színházban, akár rendezőként, akár szerzőként gyakran vannak itt nálunk olyan emberek, akiket az Assitesen keresztül ismertem meg, és bármerre megyek a világon, és bárhova eljutok és nézek gyerekdarabokat, olyan emberekkel találkozom, akiket szeretek, akikkel már találkoztam, és akiknek örömet jelent, hogy én ott lehetek velük. Mind a mai napig tart ez az öröm, és ez a megtiszteltetés, hogy ebben a körben lehetek. Ebben a körben sokan szeretnek, sok embert ismerek, de hogy egy díj kapcsán eszükbe jutok, őszintén meghalt, és nagy boldogságot és örömet jelent számomra. Örülök, hogy gondoltak rám, és örülök, hogy itt lehetek közöttük, ha csak így online, és megköszönhetem mindenkinek ezt a díjat.
Award winners. The Assitesh Award for Artistic Excellence is divided between Dalia Chintilander and Ellie Griffiths, two creative artists with vision for the future that approach their work with an innovative practice in theatre for young audience. Dalia Chintilander has worked with an intense focus in the past years in the form of sensory, immersive performance for babies, approaching creation with a solid research and investigation, with an eye for functional and effective design and for beauty and fantasy. She's a thinker and a maker, a dancer and a choreographer, and backs her performance works with a critical thinking and experimentation. Dalia makes relationship all over the world and has made her works deeply accessible and able to tour, reaching into markets and to audience that have little or no experience of work for babies and therefore impacting on the growth and learning around this subject. She collaborates with the local artists wherever she goes and is driven by not only aesthetic but a continual sense of curiosity. Ellie Griffiths became the artistic director of Oily Card in 2018 after many years of working with the company as a performer and as a director, then with a few years as an independent practitioner. Her work springs from the pioneering discoveries of Oily Card into territory that explores, examines and offers provocation into the relationship between young people and theatre, the nature of communication and sensory languages. Ellie brings design, sound and music and the fluid and responsive reaction of audience with a disability into her creative process, always working with the young people as guides and consultants and sometimes in co-creation. She firmly espouses nothing about us without us and works alongside artists with a disability in the creation of her work, which is critically acclaimed and programmed. Congratulations.
Hi, my name's Ellie Griffiths. I'm a white woman in my 30s with brown mid-length hair sat against a white background. I'm overwhelmed, shocked and very, very honoured to be given this award. A huge thank you to the Assitej committee and to Ayan who nominated me. A kind vote all to Oily Card and the vast creativity of its founders Tim Webb, Amanda Webb and Max Reinhardt, who were my gateway into this beautiful work. I'm so lucky to have been supported along the way by some incredible organisations and individuals who took a risk on me as an emerging artist to help me develop my ideas, including Mary Robinson of Independent Arts Projects, Imaginate and Sue Giles. These days, I'm fortunate to work with an amazing Oily Cart team, which of course includes our many collaborators of young disabled artists who push us to dig deeper, get more creative and innovate new ways of making theatre. I'm especially excited that 2 artists working in sensory theatre have received the award this year. I'm a huge fan of Dalia's work. Sensory theatre has the power to level the playing field and to connect us all, especially in these times of many divisions. Finding universal languages in our work for and with all young people feels especially important. Thank you, Asitej, for valuing this work and these audiences.
Hello to everyone attending Tokyo ASITE World Congress. I would like to say that I am extremely honored for receiving this award, and that this award means world to me. Back in 2010, I was invited by Anja Suša, theater director and head of theater for young audience, Little Theater Duško Radović at the time, to make my first performance for babies. At that time, Anja actually opened a path full of challenge and learning for me, and I am still on that path. So I would like to thank Anja Suša first for inviting such experience into my life. I would like to thank everyone who supported my work along that path, who believed in me, who believed in what I believe in, who were next to me when I was experimenting, exploring, taking risks, and sometimes even not being sure if I'm doing the right thing. I would like to thank to ASITE Serbia for nominating me for this award. Again, I'm so honored, beyond words that I can use to explain. And I would like to say that this award means more responsibility for me in everything that is ahead of me, for everything that I hope I will be doing for the youngest audience. Thank you all so much.
Jury statement on the Award for Artistic Excellence. As we celebrate the extraordinary achievements of our 2 awardees, the selection jury acknowledges the significant challenges and changes our international field has experienced this past year since our selection process began. This year, we offer an honorable mention to the artists, producers, educators, festivals, and organizations that have worked tirelessly to continue serving children, young people, and communities through the pandemic. You have kept our industry alive despite the significant hardships and inspired your communities at a time when they need you the most. At this moment, when our work and our world are undergoing radical change in social, political, and environmental ways, we want to encourage a reimagining of the ways we define artistic excellence. Who decides what equality in artistry looks like? How do we expand our definition to include more perspectives, cultural contexts, and identities? How can our values of equity, diversity, and inclusion help guide our way forward in how we change and evolve our processes? Moving forward, we also suggest that the definition of artistic excellence is expanded for this award to recognize the achievement by generative artists and companies and include award categories for creative leaders and festivals. In this way, we can celebrate the artistry of our wider international community and the profound impact they have.
Hello again. Well, these individuals certainly deserve the spotlight. In closing, I'd like to raise a glass and toast everyone in the field at this time. While so much seems unknown, what we do know is that this field is made up of hardworking, creative individuals, and will continue to be a vital part of young people's lives until we can gather in person again. Cheers to you. And let us dream for the future of performing arts for children and young people. Once again, thank you from Tokyo. ありがとうございます。